Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition, week 9 edition, a special Halloween edition of your favorite show with your favorite bro. And we are here a few short hours before another NFL on Prime matchup going down in East Rutherford, New Jersey, between the Houston Texans traveling to aforementioned East Rutherford, New Jersey to take on the New York Jets. And in this one, we are gonna go with the home team. We are rolling with the Jets in this one. And you might, think I'm crazy. Have I lost my mind? Possibly. But you guys decide, have I lost my mind? Or does what I have to say actually make sense? Well, let me tell you why. First off, let's start off with the Texans. Texans, last year, nobody expected them to do anything. Came out, won the division, won a playoff game, 2 games away from the Super Bowl. That's what their aspirations are now with the pass rusher and a quarterback, right? But I still do have questions in their offensive line. When the barometer is the Kansas City Chiefs and it gets back to their offensive line, yes, their tackles are, questionable. Jawan Taylor, solid. Trustworthy, sure, but just solid. Nothing great, nothing terrible, just middle of the pack. On the other side, it's still a question mark, and it's been a question mark and a revolving door since Eric Fisher got hurt before the Super Bowl against Tampa Bay. But other than that, the 3 guys in the middle, the all-pros, the Trey Smith, the Creed Humphrey, and the Joe Tooney, that is where Kansas City beats you each and every time. That's where Pacheco loves to run anyway. And that is where I think the Texans are still lacking, unfortunately. They upgraded their weapons. They got Stephon Diggs. They got Joe Mixon in the backfield. They got their guys healthier from last season. However, injury bug caught on again. Nico Collins being on IR. Hopefully he comes back later on in the season. Stephon Diggs, as mentioned, unfortunately tore his ACL as well. Offensive line, I do believe, has a little bit of injury, concern there as well. So, am I sold on them? Yes. But am I buying them? Just not quite yet. That defense as well got phenomenally better. You got Jimmy Ward patrolling back there, Jalen Petrie coming in the box. You do have Will Anderson, and you got Danielle Hunter on the other side of them. Defensively too, you might want to get a solid D tackle as well, somebody to eat up that space in the middle. You have Christian Harris among other linebackers. You did lose Cashman last year, so replacing him with Azeez Al-Shaair, solid get. But I think they are still, a piece or 2 away from making it or winning the Super Bowl. Could they actually make it this season? Possibly. And it might be after the loss today, how the Kansas City Chiefs realized what the team was going to be for the Super Bowl run last year after losing to the Raiders. And in this one, why I am so confident with the Jets is because what do they have to lose? Any Jet fans, please. Greeny, Micah Cole, Fireman Ed, anybody, please explain to me, what else do you guys have to lose? The owner called it the most talented squad that he has ever assembled since his ownership. The GM since the offseason about Hassan Reddick has never been seen or heard from. The head coach got fired. The defensive coordinator that got moved into the head coach has actually hurt the defense a lot more because the defense has regressed week after week after week. Trading for a number 1 wide receiver, even though you had one, to make it a 1A 1B combo. He hasn't even eclipsed, I do believe, 50 yards in either of his games. So they're due. Just 1 game, hopefully they're due. This is the game I do think they will kind of put it all together. All the negativity that's kind of getting formed outside of the building should bring the building itself closer together if the leadership is right. If not, then the leadership should be questioned. it should be questioned from head down. So yeah, I do believe in this one, with the lack of weapons that Texans will be going up against in a short week, to take out their frustrations of all of these past losses. I do think Jets and Aaron Rodgers put it together where they're not going to win it big possibly, but they will win the game any means necessary. That means relying and trusting on that run game a little bit more, giving Breece Hall and Braylon Allen more touches, whether it is even catching out of the backfield. Just got to be able to, put it together and not turn the ball over. And even though Aaron Rodgers has been criticized for having one of his worst years in the Jets uniform, the numbers between Stroud and Aaron Rodgers are pretty similar. They're only 100 yards, less than 200 yards away from each other. Yardage-wise, completion percentage, less than 5% of each other, and that 5% does make a difference, but they're right there in the same category as well. The only difference is they both have over 10 touchdowns. However, one has 4 interceptions and the other has 7. That's where it gets down to. Same thing with the offensive line with Aaron as well. The Jets offensive line, they can't pass protect really. The run blocking, it leaves you more wanting more to be desired. So it leaves you with a question mark. So in this one, I do think, the defense kind of wakes up, hopefully, for the Jets, gets back to their form of last year a little bit, takes a little bit more accountability, and they move on with a dub at home. And the Texans kind of find their way into the playoffs. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Catch you guys on Sunday. Happy Halloween once again. Love.